My name is Chris from the Brooklyn Arts Council. Thank you so much for coming. So as I said, I work with the Brooklyn Arts Council. So this is a program this evening where you will hear the sound of Ghazals, poetry, both spoken and sung. So behind this, I'm hoping that you guys feel the hard work that took place to make this happen. This was an effort done in collaboration between myself, Aziz Perzana, all these musicians, Bahar Nadeem, Hamad Khan, and the goal of this is also to help you understand, help all of us feel the sort of the transfer of these poems as they're spoken and then as they're sung. They're very beautiful in their spoken language, but also through the compositions and music that Aziz has put together. I think it's another sort of level of sort of understanding them. We've done these before, we've done under Shira before here in the neighborhood, and I think it was wonderful, but I think this will add another layer to it that Aziz has put together. So I'm hoping that you guys kind of get a good feel for it. So I'm just grateful for all these people that are part of this program that work so hard to put this together. And sort of, if you're not familiar with the Brooklyn Arts Council, our goal is to keep Brooklyn's expressive life shining, keep it going. It's almost like through music and dance and celebrations and rituals and the convergence of all these things in our city. We're trying to make sure that those things continue in all of our neighborhoods. So this program tonight is part of a larger issue, a larger program we're doing called Tracking Traditions Along the B&Q Train. So we're in different neighborhoods throughout Brooklyn and trying to celebrate the cultural heritage around the B&Q train. Anyone take the B&Q train? Anyone here? Do you love it? Isn't it great? It's an elevated train and underground. And like 2 weeks ago, we did a tour of Brighton Beach throughout the neighborhood, and we did music and dance, Ukrainian dance, Russian dance, within that neighborhood, Uzbek dance, and it was so crazy because the train was like above us. It was the craziest thing to do a tour with a train happening above you. Don't try that yourselves, but it was really wonderful. So this program is sponsored by the New York State Council on the Arts and the National Endowment for the Arts, with support of Councilman Cornegie, Espinal, and Brennan. So this gathering is inspired not only by all these different poets, but by the pride on Coney Island Avenue. And that's something that I've seen throughout my years here in Brooklyn, watching the Mela and getting to know so many musicians that meet and play together on a weekly basis. So it's part of a series of programs we're doing this spring called Tracking Traditions, and we're trying to pay respect to the cultural expressions that are happening along that B&Q train. So I just think these Ghazals are an important part of all of our lives, whether you speak Urdu or not. So you'll see on the screen that these Ghazals will be given a summation in English and in your programs as well. And these poems are like signs in the subway station. They help us connect to our neighbors and our friends and our family. So in some ways, it's almost like we're trying to take a step back and take a look from the city from above. We're trying to see what's happening and trying to work together as a community to try to build a nest. So in a lot of ways, these programs are trying to bring us all together. So we're going to be watching what's happening on stage, but really the goal here is for all of you to get to know each other a bit. So we're going to do some poetry. Each poet will recite two poems, and then Aziz will do his compositions of those poems, and then we'll go to the next poet, and then around 10 o'clock there'll be food here, and it'll be pretty awesome. So thank you guys for coming. It's such a pleasure for me to introduce Nigat Fatima. If she could come up. She's going to take over and be sort of an MC. She's someone I've known for a little while. She works for the American Council on Minority Women, just around the block, and she's an inspiration and a poet herself. So please give her a round of applause.
Good evening and assalamu alaikum to all of you. I am thankful to Brooklyn Arts Council, especially I am grateful to Chris, who pays a lot of services to the community and to the Brooklyn Arts Council. I hope that it would be a wonderful evening and all of our guests will enjoy it. It's a musical evening based on Ghazal and Sufi songs. I think so all our guests will appreciate us. We welcome you with open arms and wholeheartedly. I will say some words in honor of Brooklyn Arts Council, Christopher Moore, and all my honorable guests. We welcome you with open arms and best wishes. Brooklyn Arts Council have sweet kisses. Come, meet us, have fun and greet us. Music has no fears. It's above the boundaries. It ties the countries. It can cross borders. It's above head and shoulders. Brooklyn Arts Council is a bond. Try to collect the humanity. Gives the lesson of love and sincerity. We are grateful to Brooklyn Arts Council and thankful to our sweet and lovely community. Now I introduce my poets, Farantalim Hamayu and Professor Ahmad Khan, and I also want to introduce our musicians. Our singer is Aziz Pirzada. Aziz Pirzada, I give some introduction about him. Aziz Pirzada is from Rawalpindi, Pakistan. He has been associated with music since 1970. He was the student of a famous music director named Sayyid Inayat Shah. He performed on TV, radio and stage, while also working at the American Embassy in Islamabad in 1987. He came to Brooklyn, New York, and ever since has been performing in the tri-state area and even other states. Aziz Pirzada is a versatile singer who also sings his own compositions as well. The son of the Aziz Pirzada is Sabur Aziz. He is very brilliant child. Sabur Aziz was born in Brooklyn, New York in 2005, and he is the son of Aziz Pirzada. He started playing the tabla at the age of 3 years. His goal is to get a college degree and become a basketball player. And the other singer is Master Niaz Ahmed. Master Niaz Ahmed is from Lahore, Pakistan. He came to Brooklyn, New York about 25 years ago. Before coming to America, he used to participate in music activities in Lahore. He is also a versatile singer. He always a part of ongoing religious programs in New York and other states well. Now, I will give some introduction about the Professor Ahmad Khan. He is from Ghazi Khan, Pakistan. He has done masters in electrical engineering and also masters in education. He is a well-known poet. He writes couplets in Saraiki and Urdu. His 3 books have published, one in Punjabi in Saraiki and 2 in Urdu. The Saraiki book is Urde Pakhi, Flying Birds. Sham Dhali is in Urdu and it's happened evening. And the Udasi Bad Rahi Hai, it means sadness is increasing. He is also a column writer and also performs programs as Adbi Dunia as a host at a Raham TV. So I will now, he will come and recite his 2 ghazals. Professor Ahmad Khan.
तेरी यादों का मंजर रख लिया है, तेरी यादों का मंजर रख लिया है, परिंदा उड़ गया पर रख लिया है। क्या बात है, क्या बात है। तेरी यादों का मंजर रख लिया है, परिंदा उड़ गया पर रख लिया है। और शेर देखिए कि अजब कातिल है जिसने कत्ल करके, क्या बात, अजब कातिल है जिसने कत्ल करके जिगर वापस किया सर रख लिया है। अजब कातिल है जिसने कत्ल करके जिगर वापस किया सर रख लिया है। और सुपुर्दे खाक इंसान हो गया है, सुपुर्दे खाक इंसान हो गया है, सराहने संगे मरमर रख लिया है। और फिर देखिए कि नजर की खुश्क साली पर न जाओ, नजर की खुश्क साली पर न जाओ, इन आंखों ने समंदर रख लिया है।
बहुत अच्छा शेर है। वाह वाह वाह।
नजर की खुशसाली पर न जाओ, इन आंखों ने समंदर रख लिया है। और कसम खाने की अब क्या है जरूरत, कसम खाने की अब क्या है जरूरत, तुम्हारा हाथ दिल पर रख लिया है। कसम खाने की अब क्या है जरूरत, तुम्हारा हाथ दिल पर रख लिया है। और ऐसे भाई, कलम की नोक पर लफ्जों को हमने, कलम की नोक पर लफ्जों को हमने मिसाले माहो अख्तर रख लिया है, मिसाले माहो अख्तर रख लिया है। और किसी की आंख के जादू ने हमार, किसी की आंख के जादू ने हमार हमें गिरवी बनाकर रख लिया। एक और गजल कि मुंतजिर हूँ सहर नहीं होती, मुंतजिर हूँ सहर नहीं होती, रात भी मुख्तसर नहीं होती, रात भी मुख्तसर नहीं होती। और इस भाई, जिस तरह से मेरी हुई है बसर, जिस तरह से मेरी हुई है बसर, जिंदगी यूं बसर नहीं होती, जिस तरह से मेरी हुई है बसर, जिंदगी यूं बसर नहीं होती। और बाद तेरे अंधेरा छाया है, बाद तेरे अंधेरा छाया है, रोशनी मेरे घर नहीं होती। और सबसे होती है गुफ्तगू जिसकी, बस जी सबसे होती है गुफ्तगू जिसकी, बात उससे मगर नहीं है। और गम ने घेरा है तुझको ऐ हमाद, गम ने घेरा है तुझको ऐ हमाद, आंख क्यों तेरी तर नहीं।
And with a visit, Mr. Mathur.